All right, everybody. Terrence Popp here with another episode of
Lair.
There's all kinds of talk going on out there in regards to marriage and should you do it? Shouldn't you? Should you not do it? Will you be happy? Will you not be happy? What are your chances of success? Blah, blah, and
Blah.
there's a reason why all of those dudes who are old and married, they won't say this in front of their wives or female family or female friends. But if you were to spend some time around them, they'll usually call you aside and go, hey, take my advice.
Don't ever get fucking married.
Pay attention to what they just said. Don't get married. And there's a reason why they're telling you this. A large majority of these people are absolutely miserable.
Let's pretend that's not true.
Yeah.
They're the guys that will look in the face and go, it's cheaper to keep her.
Happy wife, happy life.
Uh-huh. Until she shuts the sex off. Which, let's be honest, most of the guys out there, they get married, they have a couple kids.
Raw dog and the road whore.
Once they're done having babies, you're no longer looked at as the breeder guy. You're the provider guy now. They literally lose their incentive to keep you around with the snot canoe. Well, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Know anyone who could use a good ass chewing?
I could use a good ass kick, and I'll be very honest with you.
But what if you could get that message delivered by an authentic drill instructor who spent 33 years in the Army? Ha ha ha! You asked for it. For just $35, you can get a customized knife hand ass chewing for a person of your choice, straight from the Popster.
I think you aren't even good enough to whiff the farts from a dog's ass.
And monthly supporters of the regiment receive a $10 discount.
I am hard, but I am fair.
Use the Cash App code on the screen to send your donation along with notes on the person whose ass needs chewing. And the Popster will handle the rest.
So shut the fuck up.
All right, this is 47 interesting sexless marriage statistics. But like here, the Tantric Academy of Sexless Marriage by Age. All right, you'll see down here, while you have that testosterone pumping through your body, pretty much, doesn't really happen too much up until you get around 40. Once the baby machine shuts off and the testosterone rolls back, and you realize that the 30 seconds of oh baby is pretty goddamn expensive, things take a radically different turn. And you'll see how this goes up here with age. All right, it is a constant upward tier here. And they capped it at 70. Now listen, thinking about anyone in that age group having sex is nightmare fuel for me. I'm just saying. Let's see. According to the data collected from the General Social Survey, about 15% of married couples hadn't engaged in sex once in the past 6 months to a year. Couples' sexual frequency nearly halves near the end of a couple's first year of marriage. All right, I told you. Once they get inoculated with wedding cake, all kinds of crazy shit ensues.
Although you are a frigid bitch.
Roughly 27% of women and 15% of men did not have sex in the last 12 months. All right. In a survey of 16,000 American adults, Swedish behavioral economist found that quadrupling sexual frequency from once a month to once a week boosted happiness as much as having an extra $50,000 in the bank. Here we go. Number 5, 26,000 Americans participating reported having sex 54 times a year on average, approximately once a week. To each his own. I myself, if I'm with a woman I'm really into, once a week is not going to cut it, even at my advanced age.
Fuck, you're old.
Couples in a sexless marriage consider divorce more often than couples with regular sex. It's only common sense. I know it's rare today. Smartphones harm relationships and intimacy. Who knew? Let's see. 2015 American Sociologists Association revealed that women initiate almost 70% of divorces. That's 2015. That number is more like 80%, and it goes up to 90% if she's college educated. And here they have the sex frequency by gender in marriage. 1.7% of men in a married couple don't have sex at all, compared to 1.3% of women. All right, 5.2% of men in a married couple have sex 1 to 2 times per year, compared to 5.5% of women. Now, if you're only having sex 1 to 2 times a year, it's a sexless marriage. I would say if you're getting it, less than once a week, you're in a sexless marriage. That's just my opinion. There we go. Number 12. 35% of men in married couple have sex 1 to 3 times per month, compared to 32% of women. And let's see, 57.6% of men in a married couple have sex weekly or more, compared to 60.9% of women. It's pretty close there. So we're seeing some jumping around here. And that happens a lot when you're doing surveys and other researches. See, men with lower income, less than annual income of $50,000 versus 90 or 10,000, are more likely to be in a sexless marriage. So you're poor, no poon.
Well, imagine my shock.
Men in part-time or jobless versus those full-time employment get less sex at home. Women in sexless marriages. Let's see, 12% of midlife women report low libido in a sexless marriage. Let's see, 7% of women 65 and older report low libido in a sexless marriage. As you get older, that's what happens. It just is what it is. Okay, only 48% of married women want sex on a regular basis after 4 years of marriage. So after 4 years, half of them are done. They're done with sex on the regular basis. And it becomes like a task that they have to do just to keep you rolling along in the basically the slave cloud of poon. Let's see, 21 here. Women with exactly 2 previous sexual partners before marriage, have higher rates than those with 3 to 9 partners. That is weird. That's out of the norm right there. So they're saying here, if you have exactly 2 previous partners before marriage, you have a higher divorce rate than those with 3 to 9 partners.
I think I can smell shite.
But this is just for informational purposes only. 21. More than 6% of married women say it's been over a year since they've had sex with their spouse. All right, and then we showed you this one at the beginning with the upward mobility here as you get older. Millennials were most likely to report problems with sexual desire in the past year. Okay. The adults age 18 to 45 across the U.S. That is really bizarre. 18 to 45 is your prime boning years, and the millennials are having a hard time with this. It's not speaking well to our the generations behind us. 24, 3.5% of 20-year-olds in marriage report not having sex in the past year. Why are you fucking married? You're 20 and you're not having sex? Get the hell out of there. The same thing, 25, 4.6 of 25-year-olds not having sex. 26, 6.5% of 30-year-olds, report not having sex. Almost 8% of 35-year-olds. 15.6 of 40-year-olds. 20% of 45-year-olds, 24% of 50-year-olds, 26% of 55-year-olds, 29% of 60-year-olds, 32% of 65, and 34% of 70%, of 70-year-olds report no sex in the past year. Cheating and sexless marriages. Here we go. 91% of Americans consider extramarital sex wrong. So everyone knows it's fucked up, but everyone's doing it. Okay, 40 years ago, only 70% of Americans considered cheating always wrong. A 2021 survey by Human Testing Centers polled 441 people and reported that a little over 46% of respondents in the monogamous relationship said they had an affair. So that's half. Now, granted, it's only 441 people. It's not a big number set. Here we go. Why are divorce rates so high? 38. The proportion of adults ages 35 to 39 who are divorced or separated has doubled, passing from 2% in the 1970s to 4% in the 2020s. I would say it's higher now. 39. In 2019, the U.S. marriage rate was 6 per 1,000 total population. That's even lower now. I've seen numbers 5.1. But 6.1 is pretty bad. 6.1 out of 1,000 people are getting married in 2019. 40. Marriage and divorce rates in the U.S. are decreasing. In 2000, the marriage rate was 8.2 per 1,000 people. In 20 years, it went from 8.2 to 6.1. The divorce rate was 4 per 1,000 people in 2000. In 2019, it dropped to 2.7. Fewer people are getting married now, so you're going to see that number move around. 42. Millennials are choosing to wait longer before getting married, and the longer you wait to get married, the older you will be when you get divorced, and your chances of getting remarriage tank. So think about that, ladies. Post-divorce single-parent households are among the most financially vulnerable groups, of course. Even in wealthier countries, a European study showed that 47% of single-parent households were at risk of poverty or social exclusion. All right, 44. In 1963, only 1.5% of couples had divorced before their 5th anniversary. By the mid-90s, it increased to 11%. That's a 10-fold, 11-fold increase. 45. The term half of marriage ended divorce stem from this statistics. 48% of American couples married in the 70s were divorced within 25 years. 46. Since 1970, divorce rates have fallen and marriage length has been increasing. I don't see it, but that's fine. 47. Divorce rates in wealthier countries such as America, the UK, and Germany have been falling since the 90s. The mean marriage length in these countries is over 12 years. Those are just, I just wanted to go over these statistics with you guys so you guys know the deal. There's a reason why marriage is failing. All right, there's a reason for everything. One of the reasons marriage in the West has tanked is right there in front of us. I mean, I literally went through the entire list. So, gentlemen, let's bring that number to 0. I want to see 0.0 people out of 1,000 getting married, because this shit needs to come to an end. It is causing nothing but mayhem, chaos, pain, agony, hopelessness. It's destroying love. It's destroying the family. The corrupt system as we see it right now, and the main tool that the system uses to control men is marriage. But they've destroyed that. So very soon, they're going to lose their ability to control you. So gentlemen, keep your power. Don't fall for the bullshit. And don't fucking get married.